I've just realised you guys cannot hear me at all. Let me just sort this out. Hello. Right. Can you hear me now? There we go. Sorry about that, guys. We're working. Right. As I was saying, the new overlay. You probably just seen me talking to myself for the last like however long, 5 minutes or whatever. So yeah, I've got a new overlay. I was showing you before the new alerts and whatnot. It looks all glitchy. It looks cool. Woohoo! I'm not sure how it's going to tax my computer, so keep that in mind. If we run into any performance issues, it's probably this overlay, which I might have to revert back to the other one. We've got some cool new alerts and stuff, so I'll put one on now. This is for like subscribers and stuff. So that's cool. What else we got? We're now streaming on Mixer as well. I can't get it to merge with my Streamlabs account for some reason, the Mixer account, so it's not showing up here as viewers. Not that we have many anyway, but yeah, that's that was streaming on Mixer as well. So if you're using Mixer, you can follow me on there if you like. Any more housekeeping? I messed about with some stuff because we were having performance issues reading from my drives, my hard drives, which I feel like is a bit fixed. It's a bit faster. I did find a problem that I've corrected. It is a bit faster. So there's that's a good thing, obviously. What else we got? And Streamlabs has crashed. We're okay. So yeah, onto the music. And again, it's crashed again. I'm not sure if you can see this, but yeah, there we go. I'm not sure if that just... I don't know why it plays twice. Like I say, we still have to work on some stuff. For some reason, that audio plays twice. Right, yeah. So the last time I was streaming, I was working on a cool chord progression, which was just kind of like... It was a simple chord progression. I'll show you in a second if it decides to overload. Come on. There we go. It was on the other screen for some reason. Right, so here we have... I'll show you the actual chord progression we made. It was a piano, which was this. So that's the chord progression we had from the last stream. Now, off stream, obviously, for those of you who watch a lot of my streams, you'll know that sometimes it's hard for me to stream with having kids and a full-time job. So I do a lot of music stuff off stream. So I've poured a lot of hours into this track since then. Last time you saw this chord progression, it was just that. It was just a chord progression, and I kind of moved on from that. But like this is pretty much, in terms of structure, a full-length track now. So I'll let you listen to that now, and you can let me know what you think. Like I say, it's pretty. I think it's about 3.5 minutes long, so I'll just play that for you. I have my mic muted again. Sorry about that. Yeah, so that's the track. There is a couple of things I want to get done on this track that uh, that's kind of bugging me. One is we have a lot of conflicting genres of music. I feel like there's a bit of trance in there, a bit of big room. You've got some dubstep drums in there just halfway through to kind of for the second break, which I feel I might be able to get away with those. And a lot of it's just kind of you just listen to it. There's not much excitement happening throughout the track. It might be just because I've spent a lot of time on it. I mean, last night I was up till about 2 a.m. or something working on this. Yeah. So we're just going to kind of work on that today. Hopefully we get some people in the chat for some feedback, and also I need to think of what we can name this track. So if you are watching this after the fact, after we're live, leave a comment below in whatever channel you're listening on, and let me know any suggestions for a track name. That'd be cool. Still not sure about these thingy bits as well. Turn my mic up. It's a balancing act with my mic because it's either too loud when I'm talking, but then it picks up the audio from the thingy. I could turn my headset down a little bit actually. Yeah, I'm not sure about on these like glitchy sounds here. I was thinking this could be because I was hopefully trying to bring an album out by the end of the year, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen now because things have been a bit slow. But I was hoping that this kind of glitchy bit here will be a kind of introduction to the album. Maybe cut out this first bit here with the kind of intro there, and just start with this. And I thought it might be a decent intro, maybe. So just kind of start it there. I absolutely love that bell sound. This bell lead here is kind of cool. I love this. also the drop I had to spend a lot of time on the drop because it's actually a lot of big sounds playing together. If I play all these, so I kind of had to EQ these a lot, and I ended up going with a mixture of OTT, which is a dynamic compressor made by Exfer, to kind of EQ them using a compressor, as well as limiting. We've got a lot of limiting going on there, and then a bit of EQ in here and there on top of that, and together they don't sound too bad then. So although it doesn't sound like it, that's actually 4 sounds playing layered on top of each other. Now this is the more trancy bit that I was talking about, and I'm still not sure whether I want to keep that kind of lead sound in. It is a good transition from the bell to like a more dancey kind of lead, but it might be a bit too trancy for me. I'm just trying to tidy it up as well while I was here. Before I started streaming, I deleted a lot of tracks. We had we're on 75 tracks here, but I was well over 100 before I went live today, and I had to delete. I've still got a load here that I haven't listened to, so as you can see, these are muted. These are just ideas that I've thrown about while I've been making the track. So I still need to go through these, listen to these, and see if I can fit them in anywhere, and see if they fit with the arrangement. If not, delete them. Yep, same with here. There's still a lot we can do to tidy this up, which I need to do. I'm still not sure if that drop has the impact I want it to. At first I feel like it does, but I feel like you kind of get used to it and you want it a bit more. So I'll probably work on that a little bit. Right, let's start going through these then and try and tidy up a little bit. So here we have an empty track. We don't need that. That's just a duplication of something. What's this? That has no instrument on it, so we'll get rid of that. What's this? This is running Serum. Actually apply that. I'll have to listen to that more closely and make sure we're not overdoing it there with the leads, but that sounds like I should have had that in there, and I've muted it for some reason. What's this? It's just more kind of a support chords for the main bit. Same with that. I don't feel like they hurt the mix at all so far. I would have to have a... I think we muted that. Because I didn't like it. Replace it with the bells. What's this? That's just some experimental shit we never used, so we can get rid of that. What's this? That's me trying to attempt to create a lead for this track. Actually, I like that. Boom. It adds a little bit of flavour to it, at least. Let's see what we can do with this. Bring OTT in and kind of make it stand out a little bit. So I've just added a little bit of reverb and delay onto that, just try and blend it in a little bit. Which lowers the volume. It's just that last note that doesn't sound right. still not too keen on this bit here. What I may do there is I'll change the LFO tool to a half step side chain. I think those cut up notes there are actually hurting the sound. That sounds better, and that's probably, we could probably do the same with the main bit as well. Let's see if that sounds any better. Probably with that as well. Just to give it a bit more spread across the So again, we've got another instrument here. Let's listen to what this is. It doesn't sound too bad, that for some reason I didn't stick with it. Let's try and slot it in and see what it sounds like. I'm not going to delete that because I like that and I might come back to it, but it doesn't fit right there, but I don't want to get too hung up on adding it in just for the sake of adding it in. Here we've got another lead that I tried to fit in. Sounds horrible, we'll delete that. Here we've got an alternate kick which didn't work. There we've got an empty track. Not an empty track. Yeah, we'll delete that. That's just for the outro. Hey, Alien Man, or Echo, whichever one you prefer. How you doing, man? It's good to see you back. And I think that is about it in terms of extra things we don't need. Oh, we have another empty track here. So yeah, feel free to play from the beginning. Yeah, so you'll actually recognize the chord progression. It's the one that I was working on in the last stream, but I've spent many hours working on it. You can call me troll, I guess. Yeah, I spent many hours on this last night, working till the early hours this morning on it off stream. So unfortunately, I haven't got me making all this, but you'll recognize the chord progression if I just play that on its own. I need to replace that too, you know, from the last stream. So that's this. This is the chord progression that you saw. Not there because it's filtered. So that's that chord progression we saw the other day. It's all green. Yeah, no, I need to make it new. I need to make it beautiful. Here he is. Look, the troll's here. He's arrived. Right, yeah, I'll play this now for you. I do like a fake drop. Yeah, so that's the track. It does need a bit more gluing together. I feel like the drop isn't hitting home yet. It does initially, I feel like, but then you kind of just get bored of the kind of main beef of the track. So I want to work on that a little bit. I'm still not sure about these trancy sounds over here. I'm still not sure if that kind of gives the track an identity crisis from what it needs to be, which I feel like we've already got a lot going on. So I'm not sure on that. And then also I'm not sure on the like kind of bringing in the dubsteppy drums over here. My favourite part of the track is definitely these bells. I just love these. Yeah, I really love those. What do you think about these glitchy kind of bits down here? I added these for like kind of dramatic effect because I thought it'd be a good way to start for my album. It might be a good way to start, like build up a track from there. Maybe cut out this little bit here with the just the intro bit. Maybe just start from this bit, and I felt like it'd be a good first track maybe. Right, cool. So then maybe the Go sample used too much. I think it's only used twice, isn't it? Yeah, I thought it was twice, but it's actually 4 times. So it's just before the drop, midway through the drop, and then the same again for the second drop later on. So it's just. Do you think I should maybe get rid of this one here? Drop needs more bass. Yeah, I actually found that issue myself. And we have a pretty prominent bass up here, so I don't know why it feels kind of flat. Not technically sure, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I might take out that second one maybe, and just have the one before the drop, so it would actually be twice. Oh, it's gone off now. I can't see what else you said. Mixing issues, yeah, the mixing I'll kind of work on a little bit. I just want to get the structure out of the way because I feel like that's the hardest bit to do later on. You kind of get bored of the track, so I got the structure out of the way. Do you have Vox Ngo Span on your master? I've never heard of that before. What is that? I recommend it to check levels. Let's Google that. Is this like a plugin? This one is a free real-time fast food transfer all right, okay. I think that kind of stuff. Pretty sure that kind of stuff exists in here, doesn't it? Like the correlation meter and stuff like that. Is that not just what that's doing? Here, the check volume of my kick sub. Oh, do you mean it on an actual track to track basis rather than just overall? Sure, let me just save this. I'll download it and we'll get it installed. We'll have a look, see what that's saying. We're definitely in the right correlation wise. It does dip down later on. What I've just seen anyway, but we'll see what this other plugin says. Let's get this installed. Seeing as it's free, we might as well. Oh, you have to install it manually, dear. Just give me 2 seconds and I will get this sorted. Audio, plugins. And we need to put that into there. And then we should be able to load that up. And then mute everything and only unmute what you want. Alright, okay. What genre we're making? We're making kind of big room, dancey stuff. with a hint of trance and dubstep in it. You don't need it now. I think your stock plugin does the just, but maybe not as precise as span. We'll try it anyway. There's no harm, is there? Let's see if we can get it. I didn't see it load up actually. You asked about the chill set part. Yeah, go for it. Give me that lovely feedback. Right, why isn't it finding? You felt exactly what you said, what, that it doesn't, you're not sure if it fits? What's your max specs? I'm actually running on a PC running OS X. I think it's on my Twitch description below, although I'm not sure if they're in date. But it does take away the identity of trap. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. My specs are, I'm running an i7 6700K overclocked to 4.4, I believe. I've got an NVIDIA GTX 1070, which is an Amp Extreme Zotac one. I'm running triple monitors. I'm running on an SSD. I've got some Vengeance RAM, which is running at 3000. That's about it. Yeah, that's my specs. I need to update them below. Yeah, so why didn't that? Yeah, that is a gaming PC. You are quite right there. But it's also good for raw power for making music. Right, so for some reason it's not finding that what I've just installed. We'll leave it. I can't be bothered faffing. Right, so what else do we need to work on? What's priority here? We need to look at this bit here with the don't feel like that's adding much there. I mean, that's the point where our correlation drops. If we get that correlation meter back up there, I'm sure this bit here, it's all right until we get to this this little like bit here. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't drop below 0, so it's not too bad. But you might want to look at that in a bit. I've just realised I didn't know the multimeter had added LUFS in. They must have done that in a recent update, or recent-ish. It shows you your actual LUFS there. So what if we take out the go there? Nah, mute all but kick and bass, please. Right, okay. So we'll do that. And the kick, which is there. So that's just your kick and bass. Just the bass on its own. With kick. We've probably got too many high frequencies there for a kick, would you agree? What the fuck? Why does it sound too unbassy on my system here? I'm not sure. I had the same issue when I was running. I was listening to it in my car, which has some pretty half decent audio, an audio setup in my car, and I felt the same way, that it wasn't bassy enough. I have made changes since then, so I haven't listened to it in my car again. But yeah, I found that there was some weird shit going on as well. SoundCloud, yeah, I'm on SoundCloud. I think if you just search for Nate Barris, you'll find me on SoundCloud, although I don't upload to there very often. I do have my latest track on there. Yeah, it's just Nate Barris, my SoundCloud, if you want to find me on there, man. Would you agree that there's too many high frequencies there for that kick? I was thinking about adding another click. I was thinking about layering up some kicks, actually, taking this click out and putting in a different one in, because I like the low frequencies of that kick, but yeah.
Go!
So I've actually got ozone running on here as well, which is I shouldn't really be doing for mixing until later. Maybe you just need to cut more room for the kick, more side chain. You look like you don't know what you're doing, but you're hoping for the best. But that's alright, because that was me too when I first used ozone, to be honest. No, I know what I'm doing. I already sorted stuff out on this earlier on, but I think I've done it too early, is the problem. I think I need to go disable this, start again, and look at my mixing, and like Alien was saying, sort out some more room for the kick, and then apply ozone later on. What I do is I during, like, as I'm making the track, I whack ozone on there just so I'm not clipping, for the stream's sake and for when I'm listening to it myself sake. I don't when I put ozone on there, I'm not like, oh, that's it, I've done with ozone. It just whack a preset on there. It's what I use later on. I want to finish the track and then sort ozone out. It's mastering comes later. You can't do that while I'm working on the track. Hey Nate, would you be able to review a track I'm working on? Yeah, sure. Send it through. By the way, I received another copyright strike from one of my streams. Just in case you were wondering, I can't remember what track it was. Oh, actually, I think it was one that you sent me, Echo. Even though I muted my mic, the mic was picking up the audio from my headset, and I got an email from YouTube saying that they'd flagged it. I was like, you motherfuckers. Okay, just gotta wait for FL to render. What? Yeah, I can't remember. It was a guy. Let me try and find it. It was a guy you recommended me listen to, and I was listening to the track on stream, and then it came up. Who was it? Inner Symphony, was that it? Yeah, I think it was Inner Symphony. You didn't send me a track. Yeah, it was that. No, it's not your fault, it's mine. Like I say, I had my, it was just my mic's too loud. It picks up the audio from the headset. Which actually might be a reason why you're hearing different stuff. That might be why you're hearing a bit of more muddy sound than what is actually there, because maybe my mic's picking up the audio again. I have turned it down on my headset, but that's probably messing up the audio for you a little bit. Right, let's have a listen. Right, that's a very cool track, man. What you need to do is adjust your sidechain compression a little bit. It seems to be a bit too harsh at the minute, so it seems to be like kind of there's no attack, not enough attack on it, and it's just kind of and cutting off the sounds too much, too harsh. It's pumping too much. And it sounds like you're using the same sidechain for everything, so it's kind of an issue with everything that you're applying that sidechain to. Am I mic muted? I don't think so. I was just listening. Sorry, I was just listening to the track. To begin doing EDM, what do you think proper order of learning it? I don't think it's really genre specific learning music. You can apply the same rules to all genres. Yeah, so I guess don't just experiment, try and find your own sounds. Don't listen to other EDM and think that's how I should make EDM. And again, that applies to all music, not just EDM. Just learn as much as you can. Don't sit there thinking I'm not making enough progress. Every time you are making music, as long as you're enjoying it, you are making progress. So just stick at it. Interesting. Some people say good sidechain, while others say didn't. Yeah, for me, it's just a little bit too much. I'd maybe try a slower BPM as well. I'm guessing that might be running at like 140 or something. Maybe try slowing it down a little bit and see how that sounds. I think that could be a really cool chill step song. Just a bit slower. I mean, you throw some vocals on there and you've got a decent Marshmello track, to be honest. Like I say, it's just that sidechain's a bit too much, I feel. I think that's the only really negative I can say about that. It sounds really good. Well done, man. Going to put a limiter on there rather than boosting the audio like that, because I don't like doing that. It's just kind of a quick fix for me. anymore down here, which is good. Nice. You're making progressive house. I wouldn't say it's progressive house. Thank you for the follow. Music by Ario, is that what it says? Sorry if I mispronounced that, but thank you very much for the follow, man. It's greatly appreciated. The techie part fits, in my opinion. You wondered about the techie sounds. By techie sound, you mean this here? This kind of trancey? What I might do is filter those chords in, just because I feel like they come too strong. So I might draw a little bit of automation here just to bring them in softly. I feel like this drop's gone backwards. Hey QWERTY, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Fuck me up with this fake drop every time. I feel like we've lost a lot of power. I will sue you. Sue me. I have nothing. You having an arm and a leg? Yeah, take my arm and a leg. It's fine. Nothing? You gotta keep your family fed. That's the world, man. Yeah. I feel like that's all I work for, is just to keep us fed. Go! So something's still causing us to clip. Now I can solve that with limiting, but I don't really want to. I want to find the cause of it. If I spell something wrong, it's because I have a disability. Don't worry about it, man. Go! Have you heard of PSP Vintage Warmer? I haven't. Let's Google it. Is this like a compressor? It looks like a compressor. Single band compressor. Yeah, it combines rich. It may look like your granny's cooker, but the PSP Vintage Warmer is one seriously hot plug-in. Now that is some buzzwords right there. Anybody who can use granny's cooker in some marketing spiel deserves to do well. A lot of pro EDM producers use it on their master. Any idea what it does? It's just a compressor. It's compressing the audio. That's basically what it is, a compressor and limiter. So as you can see here, down here, oh no, you can't see because if I move, yeah. So as you can see here, see how this is red? That means we're clipping. We're too loud, and all that is compressing that down. So you can use it on a track by track basis or put it on your master chain, and you can tweak it to compress your audio while maintaining perceived loudness. That's basically what a compressor does. And limiter is exactly what it sounds like. It's a hard limit of where the audio can go. It cannot pass that limit that you're setting. So if you limit your audio to 0 dB, it will never go above 0 dB. Whereas you can kind of control your limits with the compressor as well, but it's more kind of dynamic. Think of sidechain compression. If you understand sidechain compression, then that's what sidechain compression is doing. It is sidechaining the compression. It's just dynamic audio changes, really. I wouldn't worry too much about other producers. The big ones, you mean, I guess, use on their master. Yeah. So let's see if we can get that back there. Bye. See you later, Quirty. Thanks for dropping in. It's nice to see you, man. Hope to see you again. I have the trial version, but I don't want to buy it. Any idea on how to get the same results in iZotope Ozone? I'm terrible at mastering. Yeah, so Ozone has pretty much the exact same thing here. Look, vintage limiter. That's the limiting side of it, and then your compressor is this, which is it's called dynamics in Ozone, which is the dynamics of the track. If you think of it like that, that's exactly what a compressor is doing. It's controlling the dynamics and adjusting the audio to compress a sound but increase perceived loudness. So it's technically lowering the volume, but doing it in such a way that you can't really tell. Well, that's the goal anyway of a compressor. I would probably look up some tutorials on compression, and then if you've already got iZotope's Ozone, I wouldn't purchase the vintage warmer, because like I say, you pretty much have everything built into Ozone as well as into Logic. If you're using Logic, everything comes included. So you can use, if you go to Dynamics and Compressor, you have many compressors built into Logic, different types of compressors up here, which is vintage compressors if that's what you're looking for. Which is all the same thing. It's basically all the same thing, just wrapped up in a different wrapper. So I wouldn't worry too much about specific things. If you see someone using a specific plugin on a stream or whatever, I wouldn't get too hooked up on using it. Try and figure out what it's doing and see if you have something already available to you that does that job. Yeah, don't get too hooked up on this amazing producer uses this, so I must use this. Try to move away from that. I need to go through and compress some of this shit, to be honest. Once I'm happy 100% with the sounds, that's when I'm going to start, mixing and mastering it, adding compressors to things that need it. As I say, we're kind of clipping here without my Ozone on, which is kind of at this stage, Ozone's just a band-aid for me. Yeah, it's just that PSP is a lot easier to use and less complex. It might be, but is it worth paying for? You need to learn. It's like the age-old saying of, you know, teaching a man to fish rather than giving him a fish, or however the saying goes. You need to learn how to use a compressor, and you will know how to use all compressors, not just that one compressor. Understand what you're doing. You can't find a good tutorial. Just learn yourself, really. Just dive in. I mean, I'm not 100% on Ozone. I just, like I say, I just use it just as an easy fix while I'm doing stuff. And you have a lot of presets in here that'll fix up a lot of your issues, but try and move away from them as you learn more and more. So instead of using the presets right now, all I do is go through the presets of what I like the sound of, fit and dive into it, and what is this doing to my mix? Turn it off, understand what that that part of the effect chain is doing to your mix, and then try and add that to other mixes that you've done. And then you'll understand each bit. So this is an equalizer. I'm sure you know how an equalizer works. How do you know how an equalizer works? It's just because you've used it a lot, and that's basically where it all comes from. And then like I say, the compressor, that's what it's compressing. It's limiting the audio here. My threshold's set to down here, so when the audio gets to there, it's going to start bringing them audio levels down, and that's basically what a compressor does. And then you have all these attack, which is how long should how long is the delay in which the compressor comes into things. So if you have a low attack, it's going to be going straight away. Like, all right, compressor, I've received some audio, boom, there you go. A bit of an attack, it's going to think, oh wait, I'll wait a second, and then I'll start acting on the audio. The release is the opposite. It's on the tail end of it, so it's kind of like, right, I've finished. The sound is finished. How long should I continue to compress after that sound's finished? So here you can see that I have set a 70 milliseconds attack. So it's my compressor is waiting 70 milliseconds after the audio has been received to start compressing that audio. And then it is waiting 100 milliseconds after the audio at the end, the tail end, to stop compressing that audio. And then your knee is kind of the in-betweeny little bits. I mean, you get little tooltips up here, as you can see. Is if you hover over things, it's gonna tell you what exactly you're doing. The ratio, again, that's kind of how much compression you are applying. So you can adjust that on a ratio of audio to the end result. And then your limiter, which is something else that vintage compressor was doing, is just, like I say, a ceiling for your audio. So right now this is set to 0 decibels, and the audio will never go above that. Now bear in mind, I've got Ozone disabled here, so that's why we're running at 3.4 down here. But if I turn that on, the audio, if I click this, it's going to reset that audio and never go above 0. Thanks for all your help, bro. Also, your accent is eargasmic. Okay. I hate my accent, to be honest. All you've got to do is understand that experience is the best learner, but don't take it as you don't ignore any tutorials. Like, keep looking at the tutorials, but then don't just take their word for it. Kind of play with it yourself. Play with the ideas that they're throwing with you. So now, if for you, what I would urge you to do is just go play with some compressors and try and understand what they're doing. But also understand I'm not a pro, and I'm just kind of trying to steer you in the right direction. Don't take my word as fact, because I'm wrong about a lot of stuff. Can I send you a reference track and tell me if I did a good job on your master? Sure, like I say, I'll have a go. If not, can you tell me what I'm doing wrong? Yeah, send me something, man. I like graphics.
I just wanna be in this moment.
Am I going to get a copyright strike for this, by the way? Let me just mute the audio. Turn it down.
Yeah, want it.
Nay, I quick change. Local is clashing a little bit with the acid there, but I'm sure you don't have time to go with this one. I haven't moved on with it. I was just waiting to hear back from the guy who did those vocals, and he never got back to me. I do want to go back and finish that track. I haven't kind of abandoned it and said that it's done. It's just I've moved on in terms of my streams get boring when I'm doing the same thing over and over again. So I'll probably tinker with it off stream at some point. But I agree, it does need a bit of work there. So I assume there is nothing wrong with your kick bass mix in general. Yeah, I just find it gets a bit boring when I'm doing the same thing. In terms of this track, Ario, it sounds good. It sounds a bit choppy. If I had to pick at something, it sounds like there's I don't know. It just sounds a little bit choppy to me. That sounds all right. It sounds like everything's very short in terms of the note length. So you're getting it feels like there's a lot of space in between them. Now I don't know if that's something you've meant to do, which by all means that's fine. It's just something that it stands out to me. Yeah, that lead sound it just sounds a little bit choppy to me, and it's hard to focus on the lead sound, which is you shouldn't be really saying that against the lead sound. That boom boom boom. Boom, boom, boom. There's like that's not. It's not. It doesn't sound like that, but that's what the notes it's playing there. Dun, 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 dun. I'd probably sidechain that a little bit less. Do you listen to Future Bounce? I don't listen to a lot of music. Excuse me. I don't listen to a lot of music, to be honest. Apart from Aliens, I listen to his music. So, yeah, with me not listening to a lot of Future Bounce, don't take my word for anything I'm saying. I'm probably wrong, and that's how all Future Bounce sounds, if that's what you're getting at. But yeah, that's just me listening to it. That's my opinion. But by all, it is a good track. It's very bouncy and jumpy, and it sounds good, man. I'd maybe chop up the vocals a little bit and put that over the drop. Most of the note lengths are short. Yeah, that's fine, man. Like I say, I'm not a pro. I would probably, you've got the audio at the beginning there, the vocals. I'd maybe try and chop up a little, like catch a little bit of it and make some sort of vocal hook to play over your drop. That might fix it a little bit. But by fix it, I mean it's not broken. That's the wrong word, but do you know what I mean? Sounds good, man. Very good track. Well done. Yeah, the mix sounds fine to my ears. Hey, Blue Bears. I'll just call you Bears. Bezzy. Bears. Blue. Whatever you want me to call you, I'll call you. How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. People call me Blue. Cool. Just watched Bohemian Rhapsody yesterday, so whenever I hear your voice, it reminds me of the movie. All right. Why is that then? Is there just a Yorkshire English guy in that film? Your build is taking a lot of your drop's energy away. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to fix currently. It doesn't. It loses a lot of energy really quick. I think for the initial drop, it's all right, like the first like couple of beats, but then it kind of loses it after a while. Your accent is similar to most of the actors in it. you live in Sweden? I don't. I live in the UK. You should filter the chords during the build. Slowly filter sweep them in and open the filter completely on the drop. We don't have actually the same instruments playing, but dropping the build up. Piano. Both of them. We only have one piano. This which is already filtered. Well, it filters up. Do you mean filter it back down over here? I live in a city where almost no one knows what EDM is. Capitalize on that. The low and the high lead. Do you mean the bell? This? Have it open on your drop fill. It's actually filtered up there. It's filtered there, coming in slowly. You mean filter it back out, maybe a high pass filter? Kind of do a high pass filter like that, maybe. See, we have that playing there for the that. I gotta go to sleep. Thanks for all your help. No worries, man. I hope to see you again in the stream soon. Great chatting. Like that. That better? We can merge them two together and kind of high pass it the whole way across. What we're going to have to do is bypass this Effectrix until... So what I've done there is bypass the Effectrix, because now that we're on the same track, we need to make sure we don't get that final slow down on every time we get to it on here. We only want it on this last little bit here for the drop. Also using a simple endless smile will do miracles. I think you will find that I am already using endless smile, my friend. Yeah, that's down here. I'm not sure on these bits. I've kind of put them on there just to add like a bit of an accent to the lead sound, to the chords that's been playing. But I can't get them to fit into the mix very well. So I've got the volume set pretty low, so you can just hear them just to add a bit of variation to the kind of chords. EQ, compress, saturate, EQ again. Yeah, that's where I'm kind of heading now, is starting to start compressing stuff. I'm looking for that. What is Smile doing now? Talking about a plugin with that name. I think I've heard it before. Endless Smile is like a cheating, basically. It's adding a lot of effects to your master. Well, it doesn't have to be your master. You can say it to everything. It's basically doing a lot of plugins work in one. You basically have two settings: your intensity and then different settings that changes. I had stream muted for the last 10 minutes, so don't know if Nate elaborated about it. Yeah. It's just basically a one knob effect. It's kind of like, it depends on what preset you're on, but it kind of adds like low pass filters and stuff that you can assign with a knob, and by the sounds of it, it adds a little bit of reverb, and it's all assigned by this one knob, so it's kind of an all-in-one effect. Really. Like I say, it's cheating. Whatevs. Yeah, well, you don't have to use it for your build-ups. You could, I'll try and show you. Like, here's my automation for it down here. So if I change the preset to something more severe, you'll hear what it's doing. So I'm on face melting joint now. If I go like extreme, here you'll hear more of what I think. I mean, this is too much for me, but. So that one's kind of adding an effect on top of it, like a. Why is the guy in the plugin so sad when the drops hits? Usually you will put it back to 0 in the drop. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly it. As this intensity knob goes closer to the top, it's kind of. So yeah, it's there, and then you need to put it back to normal, or else it'd be constantly applying those effects even after you drop. So you have to get it back to 0. It's just for the build up, and then you'd knock it down before you drop. Yeah. there's a good kind of a good example of what it's doing if I play there. Yeah, I know. Not have approved it design as a product. Yeah, most of Dada stuff's like that. It's same if you've used Sausage Fattener, it's the same kind of thing. Exactly the same layout, pretty much. Graphics. But yeah, if I play this drop here and increase the intensity, you'll kind of understand what's happening. And so that's it at 100% on that preset. Right, guys, I kind of feel like I'm at the end of my creative juice flowing part of the day. That kind of just flew out of me. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day here and go chill out for the rest of the day before the kiddywinks get home from school. I'll probably be working on this track a bit more through the week off stream. Friday, I think, is my next day off, so we'll get pop in a stream then. Thank you everybody who followed, liked the video, anything that you're doing to support me on my channels is always great. Thank you very much. Deeply appreciate it. Thank you to anybody who dropped by live and said hi. That is helping me get the affiliate on Twitch, which I'm currently aiming for, so hopefully we can get there soon. Yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers, Echo Alien, for sticking by. You're always here every stream. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, that's about it. And I will see you in the next stream, hopefully on Friday. Thank you very much for your input, guys. I'll see you later.